Benjamin, my good man, you've made it!
Yes, I'm sorry I'm so late. The storm was quite a burden to trudge through.
Oh, not to worry, my friend. I just believe that you brought more wine.
Of course, happy to spread some Christmas cheer.
Well, the night has been full of it, but an extra unanticipated guest meant that our stocks of spirits were quickly depleted. Oh, can you believe it?
I can believe it. So, may I come in?
Oh, Benjamin, you'll never guess who was currently passed out in the living room.
I don't know, and it's very cold. Can we continue this little game inside?
No, you have to guess first!
Fine. Is it Lucy?
No, curled up in the spare bedroom.
A topper, then.
Curled up in the spare bedroom with Lucy.
Being the gentleman that you are, I assume the moment your wife passed out on the couch, you would have carried her off to bed.
Well, I had every intention, though I must confess I couldn't get her more than halfway up the steps. Oh, she seems rather comfortable on the stoop.
I give up. Already, Uncle.
Yes, you've got it.
What? Is that?
My quite drunken Uncle Scrooge.
You're right, I never would have guessed it.
Oh, I told you so.
I know I see a smile plastered upon his plastered face.
It has been ear to ear all night long. To see joy in his eyes was at first rather unnerving.
But of all people, I was under the impression your Uncle Scrooge believed Christmas to be a holiday for numbskulls.
Well, his proclamation year after year, but something changed in the man. Something happened.
What? What happened?
Well, to his own testimony, his slumber was interrupted by distant memories, specters, ex-wives. For any of it to make sense, you'll need a drink.
Oh, I shouldn't. I'm far too late to the party, and you should probably head to bed.
Nonsense! The night is young! And I must retell the story of my uncle.
Are you certain you're in the proper state for storytelling?
I have never been better. Now sit down and make yourself at home.
Right.
Right, now I should preface that my uncle was as drunken as he was giddy as a drunken man upon his arrival. But before he started rambling on about the events of last night...
Last night?
Yes, it's not what I said.
You mean to tell me Ebenezer Scrooge had a change of heart in a single night?
Oh, I told you you would need a drink to understand this. Anyway, before he started rambling on about the events of last night, he first apologized for the way he behaved when I visited his workplace to wish him and Bob Cratchit a Merry Christmas.
Was he pleasant as always?
Pleasant as always indeed.
Mr. Scrooge?
What? Who?
I've gone through the mail as you requested.
Yes, and?
These are all the extension letters.
The extension letters. So it is Christmas then. A time for those who neglect their obligations in favor of purchasing pointless junk only to grovel at the feet of those they are indebted to. Give me those. From Charles Baker on High Street. Dear Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge, sir. Excessive, isn't it? I write to you well aware that I owe a payment of £12 and a shilling to Scrooge and Marley's and will promptly pay the fee as soon as I am able. Would you stop that chattering?
It's remarkably cold, sir.
Here's a candle. Go light yourself on fire, that ought to keep you warm.
It's so grumpy.
However, I'd like to request a slight extension to fulfill my debt this month. With Christmas season upon us, blah, blah, blah.
Sir, you haven't finished reading the letter.
There's no need to finish it. Letters regarding delayed payments are all the same. First a lengthy introduction, and then a brief mention of their request, followed by a plethora of sorry excuses for why the debt cannot be paid. If you're still cold, you may throw these on the fire.
Aren't you going to write them back, sir?
Of course, it would be rude not to. To the client of Scrooge and Marley's, your request for extension has been denied. If the bill is not paid by the specified date, a new bill with accrued interest will be issued within 2 weeks. Signed, Ebenezer Scrooge.
But sir, it's hardly very festive.
It may not be festive, but it is fair. Why should I be concerned with the poor spending habits of others? I have my bills to pay just like everyone else, one of which is your payroll. So if you wish for me to continue doing so, I suggest you quit interjecting and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
And next up on our list is Scrooge and Marley's.
Oh, must we visit here every year? You try time and time again to convince that sorry old man to spare some pocket change, but I'm telling you, he'll never donate so much as a halfpenny.
But think of the contribution someone in his position could make if we could just get through to him. It could fund a school, feed a town square, or support a local theater.
Can't we? Can't we just have some people wandering the streets? Surely their hearts aren't as cold as Mr. Scrooge's, nor their wallets empty.
Well, they can donate in their own way, considering the Authentic Community Theater accepts online donations via their website, PayPal. But we'll never get through to Mr. Scrooge or his stuffed pockets if we don't at least visit. Besides, I think we'll get him this year.
You say that every year.
I'm in earnest. In fact, I'd be willing to bet a pound on it.
Oh no, you've been gambling again, haven't you?
That's unimportant right now!
You know, you have a real problem.
I can quit whenever I want to. Will you take the bet or not?
Only because there's no chance I lose it? Yes.
Oh, good day to you both.
Good day, Mr. Cratchit. As you know, we've been sent by the church to raise a fund for the poor and destitute. I was hoping Mr. Scrooge was in the office today.
I was hoping Mr. Scrooge was dead.
Nowadays, I wish the same thing, but alas, he is in the office. This way.
Can I help you?
Good day, Mr. Scrooge.
Wonderful. Just what I need right now.
This festive time of year lends itself to making slight provisions for those less fortunate than ourselves. An act of goodwill to our fellow man.
Now we do know your position on the matter quite extensively. But, like every year, the church is extending an invitation to spread kindness and generosity to those in need.
So what shall I put you down for?
Nothing! You wander door to door asking for charity using the same strategy employed by the poor and destitute you claim to serve. But if street beggars could make a living doing it, they wouldn't be street beggars. Yet, here you are, begging on their behalf and expecting it to work. All in the name of festivity. Insanity is what it is. Doing the same thing over and over, yet expecting different results.
So you wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone, to complete my work in peace. Any more disturbances...
Bucket welding strangers.
Don't say it!
The Merry Christmases to you, Uncle Scrooge. Right. For narrative accuracy, I should let you know I was far less inebriated when I first arrived at the scene than I am now as I retell it.
Who the dickens are you talking to?
But in an event to recreate the events that have inspired, I shall do all in my power to maintain a sober demeanor as not to distract from the interactions had with my dear uncle and his constituent.
Heaven's spreading all right.
Oh, absolutely splengimin, Benjamin. I'm just flushing my system, nothing more.
Frederick, that's enough. You need to rest.
I will not rest until the tale my uncle told me is retold. It is my duty So sit! Right. Where was I?
I believe I had just said bah humbug.
Oh, yes, that's right. Thank you. Also, how dare you? A humbug. Surely you don't understand the weight of what I just said, so I shall continue saying it until you do. Merry Christmas!
And nephew?
Merry Christmas!
Nephew, that's enough!
Merry Christmas!
Stop this instant!
Merry Christmas!
Not you too, Rob!
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Make it stop!
Merry Christmas!
Quiet! All of you! Stop your insufferable chanting! What reason do any of you have to be married? You're all poor enough.
What reason have you to be dismal? You're rich enough.
Yes, very rich indeed.
Oh, get it up! You glorified beggars won't see so much as a halfpenny from me. Now move along and find another fool to rob on behalf of the poor. Get out of my office!
Well, in spite of your odious, nasty, decrepit, vicious, god-awful bitterness to the pursuit of a better world, a good day to you, Mr. Scrooge.
And a Merry Christmas!
Get out of my office!
I told you, wouldn't donate a halfpenny. You owe me £1.
Christmas isn't over yet, dear.
Have you come here to do anything other than waste my time with winter wishes?
Did I? Yes. Phoebe and I are hosting a dinner tomorrow night with friends and games and plenty of punch. I wish to extend an invitation. Won't you come and dine with us?
I'll see you in hell first.
But why? Truly! Why must you always be such a bastard?
Because you are a numbskull!
Better numbskull than a puff gut.
Quit your whipple waffle!
Quit your kvetching!
Numpty!
Nashka!
Doodle!
Shabaroo!
Number what?
Bitch!
You keep Christmas in your way, and I'll keep it in mine.
But you don't keep it.
Then let me leave it alone, and leave me alone while you're at it.
Why, so you can brood in that dark, dank, dusty manner you inherited from Mr. Marley?
And this state of my manner is not your concern. I'm not the one inviting you to dinner, am I? Are you? What? No, never. You're confusing yourself and disturbing me. Celebrating the season has routed your brain, and I can feel mine growing number with every second you're still standing there.
Oh, Uncle, why you're always a burden. I'm sorry once again to see you so obstinate this time of year. But I will one day hear those two wonderful words with your lips.
Get out!
No sweat, silly. I mean Merry Christmas.
Get out!
And a Happy New Year.
Get out!
Not before wishing you a Merry Christmas, Bob Cratchit. A Merry Christmas to you and your family. Are they well?
They are indeed.
Oh, Tiny Tim.
His legs only stopped working twice this morning. I'd say he's on the mend.
Well, here is hoping a hearty Christmas goose will strengthen the boy.
Actually, we'll be ordering Chinese takeout. And faster than cooking a full meal. Considering I'm paid minimum wage and work until bed.
Right, well, that makes sense. Well, get out! Yes. And with that, Scrooge went back to tormenting his underling until the clock struck 6 or 7 or something. But it's only fair considering that Bob Cratchit takes advantage of the poor man by requesting one day off a year. I mean, isn't it terrible? The office of Scrooge and Marley's closed on Christmas Day.
Absolutely terrible. I am curious, however, you see Scrooge inherited Marley's manor.
Yes, and has been living there for the past 7 years. Right after Marley passed, Scrooge slipped in, inherited the manor, and much of the furniture as well. After all, mortgage payments on a home are a quick way to go into debt, and he wouldn't want to end up like one of his clients, now would he?
So he actually lives there in the home of a dead man.
A dead man soon to be revived. As he did each night, Scrooge came home and settled in, first undressing from his business attire.
Oh, what a dreadful image.
What image?
The image of your uncle and his wrinkled husk shedding the only appealing layer it wears.
Yes, I imagine it might be quite disgusting and vile.
I can hear you!
You know, I imagine it akin to peeling a banana. Except the banana's made of spiders. Big white spiders and the sticky white webs.
Please stop before I vomit!
Right, well, however, after Scrooge changed into his cap and his nightgown, his usual business of lighting a weak fire and slurping a bowl of gruel was interrupted by the spectral corpse of his former colleague! By magic. Is that you?
What? Who's there?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
The only good dog is a dead dog. Be gone, villain!
If only those bullets had ended my misery, old friend.
Marley? Is that you?
Yes, it is I, Jacob Marley, returned from the dead. Whoa!
But you're dead. You've been dead for 7 years.
Yes, and it's been terrible.
Get off of me. This is preposterous. Aside from the whole being dead thing, are you man or vision? The bullets didn't work, so are you a ghost? Yet there you were in my arms, so...
Miserable, that's what I am. Oh, for my life of greed and misfortune, I've been condemned to suffering and misery. The consequences of my actions stemmed from my endless lust for money. I have now been forced to eternally walk the earth as though I were poor.
Whatever do you mean?
Oh, just look upon me, Scrooge. Gaze upon these horrid garments of despair. Why, this jacket was purchased at a thrift store. Oh, no. And these chains, you know, they represent the sins of my past. But they're not even metal.
Oh, how awful!
The worst punishment I've had to endure. I must now purchase all of my groceries at this place called the Dollar General.
It's okay, just breathe.
And all of these terrible things happen to you.
What? No, you mean to tell me I'm going to suffer like this?
I have but one chance to be spared of my fate. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Oh my goodness. 3 spirits, you say? Does that include you?
You will be haunted by 4 spirits. The first, one presently haunting you, me, will also foretell of 3 other spirits that will foretell of other things.
Telling or foretelling?
The second spirit will arrive at midnight. Will foretell of things already told. The third spirit will arrive at 1 and will foretell of things being told presently.
But aren't you foretelling presently?
What? No, I'm presently foretelling.
I'm confused.
There's a difference. The final spirit will arrive at 2 and will foretell of things not yet told. Only by heeding the warnings of all these spirits do you stand a chance of shunning the path that I tread.
All right, I think I understand, but just so I understand,
Look to me no longer, Scrooge. But remember, plastic chain.
Molly, wait, please, come back, I don't understand.
I don't understand either. How many spirits are there?
Oh, there's 4, Jacob, Molly, and then the 3 others.
And the purpose of these other spirits?
I thought that was pretty clear. One foretells what has been told, the other foretells what is being told, and the last foretells what has yet to be told.
Oh, there must be an easier way of explaining that, and I suggest you figure out a way if you wish to retell this again.
Fine, I'll doodle on it later, but
Doodle away.
now, Scrooge anxiously awaited the ghost foretelling of things already been told.
All right, if this is the first spirit Molly warned me of, do you intend on haunting me or making me sticky?
Both.
Oh, and you are?
I am the ghost of things already foretold.
Perhaps I don't fully understand the technicalities of the dead, but you look far too young to be a spirit.
Oh, and you look far too old to be alive.
Very funny. What is your game here anyway?
I'm here to remind you of what to be a child with joy and splendor in the land.
And you intend on doing that by covering me in spit?
It's filling me with delight. Take heed, rise up and walk with me.
Can't you just haunt me in my slumber instead? A night of uninterrupted rest would do me far better than a walk in the freezing cold.
A small army of ghosts is invading your bedroom, and your biggest concerns are getting sleep and being cold. You really are bored at all.
All right, fine, but make it quick.
As Scrooge took the spirit's hand, his gruel-filled gut suddenly felt lighter. For if all the fat had been removed from his flabby body, for now he jiggled like jelly on the streets of London.
Oh, my heavens, we're flat. Bug in my mouth.
You look young and graceful.
Well, I feel sick and dizzy.
Much how I'll feel tomorrow morning.
So they flew! As if I believe any amount of magic could hoist that into the air. What an excessive and unnecessary way to travel London!
Oh, but that's the best part. Not only did they travel outside the city, they also traveled through time.
Frederick, are you high or perhaps drunk or both?
As the lights of London faded, they were replaced by farmlands and meadows from long ago, as the two set foot in a quaint little town.
Oh, thank heaven, solid ground.
Does any of this look familiar to you?
Why, yes, spirits, I think it does. Is this not the village in which I was born?
Such small houses compared to the manor you occupy, are they not?
But look, it's the tree from which I swung, and the river from which I swam, and the church in which I sung, and is that Sarah? Sarah, and then Sarah, Ben, hello!
Is he talking to me? Hello!
They cannot see you in a good thing to you. An old man like you should be talking to children while trusting nothing but a robe, you pervert.
Spirit, I must confess you are rekindling some warmer memories, but those are days long gone, so it's pointless to think these visions will inspire change.
The days may be long gone, but the memories are far from removed.
Oh, look, it's my former schoolhouse, and inside there's but one solitary boy.
Yes, neglected on Christmas Eve, year after year. It's no wonder you prefer solitude. Your father exiled you simply because you were born, and your mother didn't get to see it.
Spirit, I thought you were here to share with me the joys of my childhood, and not burden me with the death of my mother. The guilt I was forced to carry. What is your game here?
I thank you for all always carried this guilt with you, Ebenezer, the sorrow and shame, and you continue to relive those moments, yet fail to recall the one time each year things seemed to be better, even if it's only for a day.
Oh?
Ellie?
Ben!
What are you doing here?
Oh, dear brother, I've come to bring you home.
Is father still there?
Well, yes.
Does he know you've come to collect me?
Well, no, but...
Fan, I do appreciate the invitation. It's always very good to see you. With each passing year that you tried to break me out of boarding school against father's wishes. I'm only reminded of how little he wishes to see me. For that reason, I don't wish to see him.
If only he'd forgive you for what happened to Mother. See that it wasn't your fault and stop shutting you out. But until then, I've brought you a gift. It seems as though you live here now, and so I assume you've read every book in this schoolhouse already.
Thank you, Fan. Merry Christmas.
Spirits, this vision has filled me with mixed emotions. Most of them somber and depressing, but I must admit I do feel a glint of joy knowing my sister cared so deeply for me.
Indeed, she did. Shame she died.
Oh,
First your mother died in childbirth, and then your sister died in childbirth. Since then, I will never have any children.
Oh, Spirit, please stop reminding me of the death that seems to surround me.
But before she bit the dust, Ben popped out a child. Did she not?
Yes, my nephew.
The man you consistently bashed for trying to spread Christmas cheer. You're trying to rekindle a relationship with his estranged uncle. Could it be that you see a friend which your father saw in you?
I am nothing like my father. Do not compare me to that man. Please take me home.
I'm having so much fun watching you cry. Besides, we still have a few more memories to visit. Don't worry, this next stop's filled with much more merriment and cheer.
Promise?
Promise. Ugh.
Scrooge took the spirit's hand
Pause
again.
for a moment. Are we really going to gloss over the fact that your uncle had a horrible childhood, no mother at all, a father who hated him, only visited on Christmas in his boarding school? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I almost feel bad for him.
I never understood why the man was so closed off until he actually opened up. But to make the subject easier to discuss, we made it a drinking game and took a shot when someone almost cried.
That explains why you consume so much punch.
Yes.
I took a sip after every time something didn't make sense. You had a sip after every sentence.
We needed every drop to get through his tale, which isn't even halfway over. So allow me to keep the story moving.
Please.
Now, the spirit did keep the promise of bringing Scrooge a happier memory as the two were whisked away to a familiar warehouse.
I'm still not fond of this whole flying thing.
Well, it takes quite a while to walk 7 years, and I need to have you back by 1.
Oh, right, there are still 2 more of you after this. Lucky me! Hey, I know that handsome stud.
How many guests will there be again?
The list says 12, but you know old Fezziwig, always inviting people without putting them on the ledger.
It is I, me and Dick Wilkins, that little punk.
All the Fezziwigs are on the list, I assume?
Looks like it.
Belle included?
Yes, she'll be there. Why do you...
Oh. What?
I see what's happening here.
Don't. You can't do the thing. Stop being a pest.
Someone has a little bit of a crush, don't they?
All right, fine, yes. And this is the year I finally confess it to her.
Wow. I used to be very mean.
Used to be.
Playful way is all.
And now you're about as playful as a paperclip.
Every year you claim you'll confess, but never do. What keeps stopping you? Is it the fear that Fezziwig won't approve?
I'd marry her anyway. If she consented,
Oh,
of
thank
course.
God.
So if Fezziwig were to challenge you to a duel for the hand of his daughter, you would accept?
I would accept, and I'd win.
On guard!
satisfying.
What's going on here?
It's Fezziwig, old Fezziwig, alive again. You were right, Spirit. These are much happier days than the ones you showed me before.
Enjoy them while they last.
I thought you boys were sweeping the floor and setting the table.
Oh, I'm sure Dick here would be happy to explain what comes out of the kerfuffle.
It was all my fault, sir. I simply got bored.
Bored? But Dick, by the way, it's Christmas Eve. There's no time for boredom. I got...
Oh, and certainly no time before the guests arrive. Belle, would you help me mind the candles?
Yes, Mother.
Good evening, Belle. Shaping up to a lovely party, is it not?
Oh, it most certainly is.
Hi, Miss Bell.
Hello.
Scary. How eloquent.
Shut up! I'm just crafting what I want to say, and that takes time.
Oh, does it now?
Oh, the guests are arriving. The guests are arriving. Come on. Come on. Come in.
So many faces I once knew.
Really?
And so many gone. How I wish I could simply catch up with some of these folks. And how I wish I could hold them one more time. How delightful this current vision is. It will lead to sorrow, will it not?
Oh, it will. It absolutely will.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is the table still out?
What do you mean? It needs to be out so the guests can enjoy an array of snacks.
Charcuterie!
So you've forgotten the plan then?
There was a plan.
Yes, for Belle and her soon-to-be suitor.
I'm not following. I guess I'm following. Oh, it hurts.
You know you like it.
Look at that. She's alone, is she not?
I see that.
Plenty of other suitors over there. If you wish to speak to her, you best do it now.
Oh, I'm fine. I was lying down here. I don't know what to say. Hello, Miss Bell.
Hello, Dick. Are you... Is something the matter?
You know what? Yes, something is the matter. Something with my heart. I've worked in this warehouse now these last several years, and I've watched you blossom into a beautiful young woman. And I haven't found the words to express how I feel, but I know them now, and I'm just going to spill them out to you right now. Belle,
Clear away the tables! Space! For we have an announcement to make that I most certainly did not forget.
Yes, we would like to share with you all the very special news of a young man and young woman as they begin their adventures of life and love.
Everyone raise your glass. Although we are here to celebrate the Christmas season, it gives me great pleasure to announce
The engagement of our daughter, Belle.
oh?
to Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Esquire.
I told you, Dick, one of the other suitors may slip in.
Ew.
I must admit, that was a dastardly thing to do. But look at his face! Yeah!
You've always been a gentleman, Mr. Wilkins. One day someone will be worthy of your hand.
To the bride and groom. What comes next?
A dance to celebrate the happiness of this young
Ah, that's why we're going to move the tables. Let the dancing begin.
had a more positive influence on my life than I may have realized. But that was a former life when I was full of optimism and hope.
Oh, were you? Really?
Yes, I was. Wasn't I?
Walk with me.
Don't want to leave. This party seems like so much fun.
I said the same thing.
But the joy and merriment were doomed to disappear, replaced by an office akin to the one Scrooge inhabits today, dimly lit, cheap out of coldness, and filled with one singular comfort. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes, sorry.
I know exactly where we are. And I remember the day that you brought me to my former office.
And I have.
And you know exactly why, don't you, Spirit?
Yes, I do.
Please don't make me watch this scene. Please don't torment me any longer. The dead mother and sister and friends I can handle, but this I wish to forget.
Oh, too bad.
Ebenezer! Oh, Ebenezer, there you are. Hard at work on Christmas Eve.
I'm sorry, dear. I'm just so preoccupied with this whole wedding.
Oh, how marvelous. It's going to be excellent.
It's going to be expensive, is what you mean.
I beg your pardon.
6 a parcel for roses. I could walk to a garden right now and pluck a bundle for free right now. Food and catering services, remarkably expensive for such small portions. All this, and I'm still struggling to pay off that ring.
Ebenezer, why don't you take a break and let my parents help with the planning?
I can't do that. Your father loves to throw extravagant parties, but is not the most financially responsible man I ever met. I didn't work any harder when I asked for your hand, yet he gave me a raise solely because I was marrying you. If the wedding were under his control, he'd hire the best of everything. But we can only afford the third or fourth best of everything, unless we cut some things out.
You know, forget the roses and the catering. Forget the cathedral for us to wed in. Why, if I were ordained, I'd marry you right now in my slippers and my socks.
Their slippers and socks.
Oh, no! For Scrooge, the scene ends in heartache and shame. But don't you think it would have been romantic if he proposed on the spot? If he had got down on his knees?
Go away!
Scary!
Go away!
Well, if I were to marry you on a whim like those two drunken idiots depicted, your mother would disapprove. She relies on tradition and insists everything be by the books. That means an ordained minister, a fancy cathedral, and all those useless participants like a ring bearer or flower girl. She wouldn't accept anything other than a standard wedding. And standard weddings are costly.
You make all these excuses why the marriage must be exactly right. This has nothing to do with my parents and everything to do with you. You and your frugal nature.
Can you blame a man for wanting to survive in a world so expensive?
I can. If it means sacrificing joy and meaningful times with the ones that I love. Or love, rather.
Whatever do you mean?
Time to go!
You stay, please.
I've been replaced in your eyes by an idol made of gold. And I've fallen out of favor with you. Now only money and wealth can satisfy your soul.
I'm not listening. La 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 la.
Behave!
And after watching you fret over the expenses of the marriage, rather than the marriage itself, you have fallen out of favor with me. You should be grateful, Ebenezer. It's far cheaper to break up when you're engaged than when you're married.
No! Wait! Belle! Did you at least keep the receipt?
Spirit, now is not the time to quit. I just lost I've seen before the next spirit arrives.
I am used to you, Ebenezer, so long as you promise to learn from your past.
I do, spirit.
I know, that's great. Ta-ta!
Wait a minute, repeat that last part.
What the ta-ta?
Now, what was the last thing that you said that the spirit said?
I think that Scrooge said that the spirit said, so long as you promise to learn from the past.
That's it! I have a name!
Yes, Benjamin, right?
No! But yes, I have a name for the spirit! That one is the ghost of Christmas past.
Ooh, that does have a nice ring to it. Well done, Benjamin. It rolls off the tongue far better than the ghost foretelling of things that have already been told.
I aim to please!
And with the spirit gone, Scrooge sat alone for a few minutes. About 15 to 20 minutes worth of moments as to give these tired actors a much-needed break, and for you to all get a drink with Jen!
Or two.
You know, I had a dream about Jen. She was a church collector with a gambling problem. Anyway, upon our return, Scrooge's pondering would be interrupted by a spirit far more chipper and upbeat. The ghost foretelling of things being told presently.
We'll have to figure out what to name that one after the intermission.
Yes, but now I must take a piss.
After relieving yourself, but you certain you're fit for retelling these tellings?
Of course I am. What would make you think otherwise?
Because you urinated in every corner of the water closet except in the tree itself.
Well, you could have helped, you know, just kind of.
Why would I need to help you
Because it's our duty to help a fellow man. And isn't that what friends are for anyway?
No!
Well, fine. See how it is. You know what? I don't think I'm in the mood anymore for retelling Scrooge's tale. Nor do I wish to tell it to a fake friend like you.
Fine. Don't tell it then. You're the one who's been insistent on retelling it all night long.
Fine. I won't retell it. I'll never retell it again. Not another mortal soul shall ever be burdened by the story of Scrooge's plight. Instead, I'll just go home and go to bed.
What an excellent idea. After a night like this, some sound sleep should do you good.
Indeed it would. So I shall go do that. I bid you good night.
I bid you good night. Shit, this is his house.
As the ghost of Christmas past departed, Scrooge wished he could have slept more soundly that night, but instead he stood awake and afraid, counting the moments of the ghost of things being foretold presently.
You simply can't help yourself, can you?
As I said in Act 1, this story must be retold. It's just so good. And I missed you.
Oh, I missed you too. Friends again?
Friends forever.
Well, this has certainly been an experience. But with the distant memories, dead friends, the lost love, my heart does carry a certain weight to it now. Perhaps those plastic chains Molly warned me of. Chains of guilt and regret. I feel their weight now more than ever before. Feeling most unpleasant. Perhaps the spirits of things being presently foretold, and no, wait, of things being foretold presently, will spare me any more misery. That was the most miserable sound to ever ring in my ears, and I heard my nephew sing Christmas carols. Why must you spirits make me suffer so?
Pipe down, you old coot! You're killing the vibe!
Yeah! What? is a vine.
I'm the vine, the ghost of things being presently foretold, presently foretelling to you of the doom and the gloom that you bring into this room.
Please, I beg of you, everyone in this room begs of you, stop rambling like a ruffian. You make no sense and your rhymes aren't even that good.
Scrooge, save your audition, because I'm on a mission to try and spare your soul. So, let's take a stroll and see what's happening now in the streets of London town.
Oh, no, don't make me fly again!
Christmas goodies, snacks galore! Get your fruits and dressings and cookies right here, folks!
Spirits, what are we doing here, surrounded by so many people? As the ghost of things that have already been told made painfully clear, I'm not dressed appropriately for gallivanting through town.
It's not about the place, but the joy on each and every face. Every person passing by is looking pleased.
Wow! I hate listening to you more than the first one. Oh, look, it's my nephew, Fred.
Now this is where the story starts to get interesting again.
What? The story isn't interesting enough already.
Well, not the story then, but the logistics and the logic in general.
Come on down, grab a bite, forget the stuffing, we're stuffed with it! Need some treats? I've got heaps, and on the cheap.
I'm here with you retelling this story now, but earlier, I was here on the streets of London doing a last-minute booze run for the party.
Or maybe you need some Christmas spirits. I've got a bountiful bushel of booze just brought out the barrel.
So I'm here, and you're here, but you weren't here, and they're watching us from over there, but I didn't know that they were there because I'm not here, but I know that you're here.
You're not making a lick of sense!
Get your goodies,
Get right down! Frederick, will you please elaborate on why you and I are here?
I thought I told you already. I was buying alcohol.
But why does it matter to the story?
Because Scrooge and the spirit of things...
Foretold presently.
Oh, yes, that's it. They were both observing me whilst I gallivanted through the streets of London and bumped into, Bob Cratchit!
Oh, and there's my clerk, Bob Cratchit. Hello, Bob!
He can't see you, Scrooge. Get with the program.
Right, I knew that. It's funny seeing him out and about.
How so, yo?
Well, I just never knew much of his personal life. The things he does outside of work.
Oh, come on, Scrooge. You never really bothered or wished to be made aware. You never showed much interest. You simply didn't care.
Well, he never bothered to ask about my personal life either, so ha!
Perhaps because Aunt Cratchit has the social skills you lack and was aware enough to realize that your life ain't worth jack. You only care about your work, and as a repercussion, you don't have a life worth talking about. So why have the discussion? You will appreciate how hard I just strike that disc when they invent the microphone.
All right, enough. Just get on with it.
Good evening,
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. I missed you so much.
You were in Scrooge's office just this morning. You're far less drunk than you are now.
I hate to break up this little affair, but are you two gonna buy anything or not? I've got plenty of other people here I can yell at.
Have you any kung pao chicken?
Excuse me. What kind of question is that? Of course I got compound chicken! Best compound chicken in the city! And it's yours for 10 pence, sir.
That's a bit steep, don't you think?
Why, sure it is! You think you're the only chump banking on takeout because they forgot to do the Christmas dinner shopping? Of course not. So when demand is high and supplies are limited, I only do what's fair and sell it to the highest bidder. And unfortunately for you, all the other shops in town are fresh out of the stuff. So, no shopping around or comparing prices. So either buy mine or scram.
Right.
Oh, please, allow me.
Why, thank you, Fred. I only wish I could repay the kindness.
Repay? Nonsense. It's Christmas. A time to rejoice, not repay.
Tell that to your rat bastard of an uncle.
His what?
His rat bastard. Yes! My uncle? A rat bastard? How could you say something so insensitive?
See? My nephew Fred standing up for his old uncle. A right good chap he is.
After all, a rat would never want a bastard child like my uncle. No, but I would be remiss if I didn't express my dear sympathies. You know, when I invite him to dinner and games, I know he'll refuse. But you're stuck with a curmudgeon all but one day a year.
He must do whatever it takes to provide for his family.
You've always been a selfless man of value. Very valuable. Which are very valuable.
All right. You two quit gossiping and buy some shit. Bubble off. What do you need?
I need to get drunker!
Drunker, eh? Well, I got just the thing for you. Now, I normally sell these at 10 pence a bottle. But for you, in your current state, 15 pence a bottle.
Oh, marvelous! I will take 4.
Yes!
Oh my word! 60 pence for a few common bottles of beer? That's absurd. And charging Bob 10 bob for some kung pao chicken, that's overpriced too, even accounting for inflation. I mean, you heard how that grocer treated them. Like numbers, figures, dollar signs, and profit margins.
Sound like someone you know, Ro?
I don't think so, although... Oh, damn it, now you have me speaking in rhyme.
Come, there is much more to see, so higher we climb.
I'm sorry, I wasn't sure with whom to exit. I was too embarrassed to ask.
Look at all those people below us. If they don't seem as chipper as those in the market. Oh, that looks like one of my clients. Oh, and there's another. But what are all these borrowers doing here? Oh, are you taking me to the slums of South London?
Where poor folks try to get by and just want to survive, but because of you, they will never thrive.
I know you haven't the slightest shred of care for my personal safety, but this part of town is dangerous, full of rapscallions and ne'er-do-wells, full of criminals and crooks, full of
people, Scrooge! Ordinary people who can't enjoy the warm comforts of Christmas or anything at all because of their shitty situation. One that is often beyond their control.
nonsense. These people have reverted to lives of vandalism and theft, but they could all pull themselves up by their bootstraps, go out to get a real job and make a good wage.
Many of them do.
Cratchit? What's he doing in this part of town? Why, he could be pickpocketed, or worse yet, mugged by a thug. Cratchit, do be careful! Where's he going now? Into that terrible old rickety building. It's decrepit. The windows are cracked. Cratchit, don't go in there! Don't go inside that!
Honey, I'm home.
Oh? You mean to tell me Cratchit lives here?
It's about goddamn time! You spend all day sucking Scrooge's tallywork and the pennies out the door. And I'm supposed to be happy when you come home late and with little to no money?
With that bitch?
Just listen!
Well, I won't have to go in tomorrow. I'm off for Christmas.
Oh, goody! You're off for Christmas! One day of the whole year that arsehole lets you take off, because God forbid you try to take off work for anything else. Like by the holidays, your children's birthdays, or anniversary. Oh no! You get one day off. I get no days off! Stuck with these rotten kids tending to their every need while you work overtime every night!
That's a splendid idea, darling. I'll call in the children now. Master Peter, and my youngest, dearest, most precious little child, Tiny Tim.
Hello, Daddy!
Oh my Lord!
Daddy, I'm so happy it's Christmas, Daddy.
I'm sorry. That's Tim. Tiny Tim. Well, he certainly isn't so tiny, is he?
If I may interject,
Yeah, I and the rest of the room would like an explanation for that.
perhaps you have deduced that this show is a bit smidge rough around the edges, a tad risque, not something you'd want to bring your young children to, which makes it exceedingly difficult to find young children to participate in the retell. Well, we are lucky with the ones that we got. So, you'll have to play a little pretend.
I love you, Daddy. A little.
Okay, a lot of pretend.
Now, children, it's almost time for Christmas dinner. And seeing as it's a special occasion, I stopped by the Chinese market and picked up some kung-pao chicken for us to enjoy.
You did what?
I figured you'd like a break from cooking tonight, so I went and picked up takeout. Consider it my Christmas gift to you.
Oh, what a wonderful gift! If only you told me that before I started making dinner!
Oh dear, it isn't too far along though, is it?
I just pulled the bird out of the fucking oven!
Looks delicious. Children, why don't we let them move to some Christmas songs?
God, no! Absolutely not!
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay.
Wait a moment. You stopped rhyming. Just earlier, before we arrived at Bob Cratchit's house, whilst flying over the poor district of South London, you stopped rhyming.
Oh, some topics are fun to discuss with a rheumatic flair, while other topics are delicate and should be handled with care.
Shut up! Thank you, Mom!
Come now, children. We have so much to be grateful for. And because of this, I'd like to propose a toast. Raise your glasses. I'd first like to drink to our health.
If Tim just got a concussion and we have to pay off more medical bills, so help me!
And a toast to our loving family, always together no matter how far apart.
Which as soon as I'm of age, will be on a boat to the Americas, studying at Yale, far from the stink of South London.
Why the hell do you get to go to college just because you have a dick? My best chance of getting out of here is going to be after the dick I marry.
Just marry someone rich, unlike your father!
And speaking of rich, I'd like to toast the founder of our feast, the man who keeps the lights on, Mr. Scrooge.
What? Bold of you to assume I have a drop of respect for that man. But even if I did, I'd drink arsenic in his honor, though not before watching him drink it first. How do you tolerate that stingy bitch, let alone toast him?
Because it's Christmas. The spirit of giving is running rampant through the town. And since I have no gifts to give, I simply give thanks for the things I do have in my life, as few as they are.
Oh, just shut up and drink the wine, you sappy sack of crap!
God help us.
God help us, everyone.
he toasted me. Spirit, perhaps this is a delicate subject to discuss, so rhyme as you see fit. But Tiny Tim, will he... I mean, he seemed happy as ever in spite of his ailment, but while he may be sound in mind, he's clearly weakened in body.
That is not for me to tell. But come on, there is more we must see.
Is it a vision that will perhaps be a bit more, happy? See? Happy. I'm starting to get the hang of this whole rhyming thing. Starting to have a little fun with it myself.
A party indeed, with fun to be had. But like all of these visions, it's going to end bad.
You know, for once I agree with your Uncle Scrooge on something. That depiction of Bob Cranston's wife did make her look like a bitch.
Oh, the bitches! However, when you're that poor and have that many children, one often succumbs to bitchiness. But Scrooge would be taken to a place with only one bitch. Oh, not that kind of bitch, but the kind of bitch that someone really wanted to bang.
Where are we now, Spirit?
To you, this place may be entirely not familiar. But watch for a moment while things get peculiar.
Wow, that is one bangable bitch.
She was at the party tonight, along with the man who managed to bang her.
Hey! You're looking rather ravishing this evening. A delectable treat I yearn to eat.
That was a terrible line, and I despise the man who wrote it.
Well, with enough punch, even that had enough sex appeal to win her over.
Wow, and I thought you had too much to drink.
We took shot after shot, unbeknownst to us that Scrooge and the Spirit were watching, admiring our alcohol intake while studying on enthusiasm.
Frederick, you were at this party, yes?
Of course I was. I hosted it.
Then you're in the scene.
This whole being in the story by telling the thing is something that confused me.
Oh, I see now. This lovely home must belong to my nephew. It's quite nice, actually. Very festive, but I suppose it should be for a Christmas party.
I do presume you're both enjoying the festivities?
I'd enjoy them a bit more if it weren't quite so hot in here. You know, perhaps we should all take off our clothes.
Oh, you're gonna have to try harder than that.
Why don't we play a game?
A game?
Strip poker.
No! Oh, Jesus, I must have been really drunk during this party not to notice how bored you were.
I thought you were drunker now.
Well, maybe I'm sobering up or growing a conscience. Wait, you're not even here. Shut up! Where was I? Oh, yes, a game. How about yes or no?
Oh, that sounds marvelous.
And for every guess I say no to, you'll have to take a shot.
Oh, that sounds marvelous.
Yes or no? What are all the rules?
Oh, well, it's quite simple. You'll catch on quick. Wait! You are not yet either! I'm sorry, but I don't even know where the hell I am. Oh, but I've got a good one. You're never going to guess it.
Is it larger than a bread box?
Yes.
Is it larger than an elephant?
No.
Oh, crap. Come on, man. Lucy's the one I need taking shots.
Well, then you should ask better questions.
Is it alive? Yes.
Well, you see, that was a great question.
Oh, I see now. Is it
No! You're not playing! Next time, come have dinner with us!
Is it friendly, domesticated?
No, barely.
Damn!
Does it live in the countryside?
No.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Does it live in London?
Yes!
It's friendly, unfriendly. It's unfriendly. Alive, barely domesticated, and lives in London.
Oh, a stray cat.
No.
Fuck!
This is a tricky game. I can't think of anything that matches that description. Oh, but I bet it's one of those things that when I hear the answer, I'll kick myself for not having guessed it.
Almost certainly.
This creature, does it live alone?
Yes.
Does it reproduce?
No, I doubt it ever will.
You know what? I think Lucy needs to take another shot to catch up. Go ahead.
Is it less of a something and more of a someone?
Yes.
Is it someone we all know?
And sometimes wish we didn't.
Someone we all know. Who? Who is it? It's me, isn't it?
My Uncle Scrooge figured out it was my Uncle Scrooge even before my Uncle Scrooge arrived. Oh, but I told you, neither of you would get it.
Hey, I was close to getting it. Right, Topper? I was close to getting it.
You were. And you're close to getting something else.
Hey.
Something even more undomesticated than dear Uncle Scrooge.
Oh my! Is it bigger than a bread box?
Watch. I assume that's the part where they banged.
Yes, and luckily the games was the only part of the evening that Scrooge and the spirit pair had witness to. Had they seen more than that, I don't think he'd ever want to come and dine with us.
There's so much joy in the air, Spirit. I've seen it tonight. And the hopeful or perhaps hopeless optimism that Cratchit managed to keep over dinner with his family. The jokes he and my nephew cracked while shopping at the market. And the parlor game that Fred and his friends played. They were all laughing at my expense. It seems I've done a very poor job of maintaining a respectable reputation.
Worse than that, old Scrooge. Your actions hold great weight, and if you are not careful, your deeds will seal your fate. Behold, below my bosoms lie two punks that stay here huddled. The boy is ignorant and the girl is want, but both of them are troubled. For written on their brows is the doom of the whole world. So may you change your actions, Scrooge, or disaster shall unfurl!
What the fuck?
So we're all in agreement then. That came out of nowhere. Two children hiding under the spirit's garments. And I thought Topper was going to be the sex offender.
This is how my uncle described it. Two children appeared from under the spirit's robes. The boy was named Ignorance, the girl was named Want, which are pretty terrible names to give your children. But I tell you, this one such detail I'm not obfuscating, even in my drunken state.
Well, if it's supposed to be metaphorical, I don't get it.
I don't think anyone does.
Spirit, these children, where have they come from? Where are their parents?
These are the children of the world, an agglomeration of your collective sins, all the despicable things you lust for, and all the good things that you are oblivious to. They grow angrier at the world, and they grow angrier at you! Boom! That's what it's all about. And now the ghost of things being thought of presently is presently piecing out.
Wait, no, Spirit, come back, please. I have more questions. I don't understand.
I feel so stupid.
Oh, Benjamin, don't feel bad about not understanding the whole ignorance and want thing. You know, I didn't get it either as my uncle tried to explain it.
No, not that. The name of the spirit. It was right there in front of us the whole time. I just couldn't think of it until after they left. after you said that the spirit of things being foretold presently was presently piecing out.
Huh?
Present! The ghost of Christmas present!
That's a bit of a stretch. I mean, the spirit didn't give Scrooge a Christmas present. Oh, unless you count giving the middle finger as a Christmas present.
Not Christmas presents. The present Christmas we are currently enjoying. Everything that the spirit said is happening now, in the present, Christmas present.
Oh, you are such a clever gent. You really do know how to read between the blurred lines. And with the ghost of Christmas present gone, there remained only one spirit, the ghost of things yet to be foretold. A spectre that, as Scrooge described it, commanded the room without uttering so much as a sound.
Hello? Spirits of things that have yet to be foretold? I'm expecting you, and it's very rude to keep a man waiting. I would much rather be slumbering in my bed, but out of respect for Jacob Marley and as a courtesy to you, I'm staying awake to greet you. So, where are you? There you are. I presume you're all geared up to make fun of me as well? Call me grumpy, old, fat. Oh, you don't speak English. Well, let's try this then. Estás aquí para hablarte de mí? I apologize. My Spanish is a little rusty. Oh, you don't speak at all. A rather unsettling, but I suppose pleasant change of pace. Well, lead me as you may, spirit. Show me the things I haven't yet seen, as horrid as they may be.
Fine clothes, expensive knickknacks, handcrafted furniture, and paintings of some dead old rich guy. Whatever floats your boat and tickles your fancy. I've got it here.
I recognize that man. That's the bastard who ripped off my nephew.
You look like a man in need of a new suit. Have I got one for you? Beautiful black trench coat with a silk woven shirt adorned with a matching ascot.
What? Those are my clothes.
I'll even throw this top hat for free.
How the devil did this crook get a hold of my hat? Looks expensive. Sorry, mate.
Oh, no, not expensive at all. I got the stuff cheap, so I'm selling the stuff cheap.
Bullshit. That suit is worth at least 50 pence.
How is 15 pence sound?
Ah, see? 50 pence, just as I... Wait, was that 50 or 50?
Did you say 15 pence?
Egad, my tiniest suit for only 15 pence?
But, sir, why so cheap?
Let's just say the guy who owned all this junk won't be needing it anymore. And what's pointless for them is profit for me. So what do we say? Do we have ourselves a deal? Oh, come on, I'm practically giving it away.
All right, then.
Look at you in that.
Why, if that rotten soul undervalued my suit so offensively, what manner of bargains is he listing his other wares for? Whereas I can only assume on my own, he must have stolen them, that's it. He likely snuck into my manor whilst I've been shuffled around by you spirits and he stole my things. Well, he should go back to South London where he belongs. Spirits, I'm not sure what your intention with this vision was, but if you wish to piss me off, by golly, you're succeeding! What's a relief? A familiar sight. My office as well kept as ever. And there's Cratchit, hard at work. Yeah, you know that man never skips a beat. That's why I hired him in the first place. That and he really needed a job, and he didn't mind the low wage. Perhaps I shouldn't take so much pride in that.
Oh, good day to you, madam. I presume you're here to visit Mr. Scrooge to request a donation toward the betterment of mankind.
As I have been every year.
And where is your constituent? I find it awfully brave of you to enter here alone.
I lost a bet.
Well, you needn't visit here anymore.
What is that?
Let's just say You got your wish.
Got my wish. Wait, you don't mean... Oh my God, you're actually serious? He's croaked, kaput, kicked the can, taking a damn nap, gone home in a box, shuffled off this mortal coil.
Indeed.
Oh, yippee! What a wonderful Christmas it's shaping out to be! Oh, no more having to gaze at his ugly mug as he refutes being a good person in the name of pinching his pennies. Although I suppose it's a bit insensitive of me to rejoice about that in front of you.
Oh, don't worry, I've had my positive emotions on the matter as well.
Oh, but without him, what of Scrooge and Marley? And more importantly, what of you?
I don't know. The building is now the property of Her Majesty Queen Victoria. As for me, we'll see what kind of job I can find. In this economy, it's slim pickings. But they're always hiring leech collectors. Merry Christmas, madam.
Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Cratchit Witch Collector.
Well, I suppose that explains why my office is so clean. How that grocer got hold of my things so easily. But no ledgers to read or ledgers to write here. None of that matters to me right now. Me and that charity collector have the same burning question. What's of Bob Cratchit? I know you have no obligations to me, that you owe me not one farthing of respect or consideration, but I must know what will happen to him and his family.
I'm home.
Hello, Father.
Well, this certainly isn't how I remember his home life being.
Is your mother?
At the bar? Yes. Drinking to forget, as per usual.
Can't say I blame her. I'm trying to move on myself.
Move on? Spirit, what does he mean by move on?
Oh, children. I know I haven't much for you this Christmas. Less than ever before, but you will always have my heart. Let us cherish our time together. But not every day is promised.
You're getting sappy again.
Right. It's embarrassing to see your father cry. I'm doing my best to avoid that. I love you both.
Love you too, you sappy sack of crap.
Where's Tiny Tim? Well, he must be around here somewhere, right? Or perhaps he's upstairs sound asleep dreaming of all the Christmas goodies that are in store for him. And the children have grown closer to their father naturally, not by the loss of a loved one. Surely they can't be talking about moving on from Tiny Tim's untimely death. Oh, Spirit, surely these things I have seen are not final. Surely these things are not set in stone.
Sorry, badly placed prompts.
Oh, stone. I see these things all set in stone. Well, crap!
So that's it then. Scrooge is set to die and won't be missed.
Yep.
And there's nothing to do to save Tiny Tim either?
No.
Well, that's just sad. Like, really sad. You know, Fred, I am a captive audience member because I'm your friend. But if I were watching this as an outsider and realized there was no hope for the world, I would probably walk out of the theater crying my eyes out and then jump off the nearest bridge. Isn't there something you can do to make this story sweeter for us all?
Well, before the spirit of things yet to be foretold departed, Scrooge did mention the last barrage of visions, visions of people shouting his name, blaming him for their woes, cursing his existence. It was his life flashing before his eyes, so to speak, as the spirit made it incredibly clear just how little he would be missed or mourned. Perhaps we could try presenting that in a less horrific manner?
I think that would be most appropriate.
In that case, cue the music!
What's this? What's going on? Spirit, where are all these bells coming from? Are you about to...
Christmas is the season full of merriment and cheer, a time of celebration where we sing for all to hear. We count our blessings one by one and share each other's joy, exchanging gifts
for telling of things that have yet to be told. So what I've seen with you hasn't happened yet, right? And there's a chance that I may forbid what you offer telling from happening, right? I promise to mend my ways. I promise to keep Christmas in my heart through all the days and all the years. I promise to be good to the people I care about. I'll even be nice to the people I don't care about. I'll heed the warning of all the spirits and apply the lessons to my life. Just please let me live. Let me change, please.
Fine, shut the fuck up! Fine, I'll give you 1 day. 1! To prove to everyone you've truly changed for the better. I doubt that'll happen. But if you are incapable of not being a dick, I will return tomorrow and personally drag your ass to hell.
But if I do change, does that mean...
If you do not see me by midnight tomorrow, you will not see me until you die of natural causes, which, given your age, isn't too far off anyways.
Thank you, Spirit. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy I could kiss you right now.
Oh, then pucker up! Oh, now you like the big boy.
Did Scrooge really go into that much detail about the kiss?
Oh, Scrooge was painfully descriptive. Not only that, but his lips were dry and his breath was terrible. However, if he had left wanting more, his worldly desires no longer mattered, for he had one solitary day to mend his ways and tend to the needs of others before his own.
I'm alive! For the first time in my miserable life, I'm alive! The air, it smells so sweet. The ground, it feels so solid. My body, it feels old and brittle, but it's mine and I love it. Oh, but I haven't but a moment to spare. I only have 1 day to change my way, to be a good person. What to do, what to do. Wait a minute, I don't even know what day it is. And you, young man.
Please don't touch me.
Oh, right. Old man in a robe looks a bit like a pedophile. Sorry about that. Tell me, do you know what day it is?
What?
You heard me. What day is it? I think I know what day it is, but I'll believe it when I hear it.
It's Christmas Day.
Ha! Christmas Day! I knew it! Which means for the first time I can wish you and everyone here a Merry Christmas. A Merry Christmas to the whole bloody world! Can you believe it? The spirits managed to send me through all those visions in 1 night. Just 1 night!
So are you having a stroke?
I've never been better. See? I got it right. Now, I need your help. I owe a colleague of mine a very deep apology. He's quite poor, so anything would be nice, but I want to get him something wonderful. Have you any thoughts on the matter?
But how should I know? I'm 11.
I've got it. He and his wife both seem very stressed and would likely appreciate something to take their mind off their woes. So, I want you to run down to the liquor store, buy the biggest bottle of wine they have.
Again, I'm 11. I can't buy alcohol.
Of course not. Not without money. Now, this ought to be enough to cover and give you a lovely Christmas bonus. Meet me back here in 5 minutes and I will double it.
I'll figure something out.
That's the spirit. The Christmas spirit. Look at me. Buying spirits on Christmas to raise Christmas spirits. That'll make him happy. I just know it.
Oh, look, it's Mr. Scrooge.
Don't make eye contact.
Ah, ladies! Shit. It's marvelous to see you both out and about doing such good work for those in need.
Cut the crap! We know how you feel about our line of work.
Yes, and I'd like to apologize for belittling you year after year. You both work so hard to better this horrible world of ours, and I've never acknowledged it until now. You have every right to refuse my request, but in the spirit of the season, I wish to make my first contribution.
Sir, are you having a stroke?
Funny, you're the second person to ask me that. Well, I suppose I am. I'm having a stroke of goodwill, a stroke of care for my fellow man, and I'd like to make a donation in the amount of...
Oh my God!
What is it? Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Ladies, I don't have that lump sum of money in my pockets right now, but, well, I suppose I could start with this. Do stop by my office first thing tomorrow morning and I'll be ready with the amounts I've promised.
I can't believe it. I truly can't believe it.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Scrooge! Thank you! I got the wine.
Oh, perfect timing. I'll be sure to have a glass of this waiting for each of you tomorrow as well. Now, come along, lad. We must deliver this bottle to Bob Cratchit's house, so let us make haste. And Merry Christmas, ladies.
What?
I believe I've won a bet.
Oh, right. But after all these years, how did you predict he'd actually donate this year?
Let's just say I knew he'd have a spiritual awakening.
Wonderful, my lad. I don't think I could have carried that bottle across town quite as quickly as you managed to. Now, run along and protect your pockets. While there are plenty of good people here in South London, many of them are in such dire straits that they're forced to steal to make their living. Just be mindful. Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Merry Christmas. A phrase just as nice going in the ear as it is coming out the mouth. Now to deliver this bottle to Cratchit and his family. Oh, would they even want me here? I put so much stress on this family due to Bob's away. Oh, wait a minute. This bottle is meaningless compared to the real gift I can give him.
Dad, there's an old fart at the door.
Oh, holy fuck!
Who is it?
It's my boss!
Scrooge? That greedy old bastard who makes your work life unbearable?
Almost as unbearable as my home life.
I brought some wine.
All right, he can stay.
Do come in, sir. But I must ask, how the fuck do you know where I live?
Bob, I've had a very interesting night. One of visions and foretellings that's forced me to ruminate on my past misdeeds. And one of the things that came up the most is how wrongly I've mistreated you. How my greed has directly led to your family's impoverished nature. I never knew you lived in the slums until I had a vision of them last night.
You were spying on us.
You fucking pervert!
The adults are talking.
I've come to apologize heartily for any action I have taken to put you in this shitty situation. And moving forward, I wish to bring my fellow man up, not beat them down, which is why I've come to give you a raise.
A raise?
Consider your salary doubled, no tripled. And if that's not enough to provide for you and your wonderful family, I'll raise it even more.
Sir, are you having a stroke?
But on the topic of health and well-being, whatever that boy needs, you say it and I'll do it. I would die for that boy, Cratchit, if it means Tiny Tim can be healed of his ailments. Whatever does he have, anyway?
I'm having a stroke.
Thank you for everything you've done to make this Christmas special for me and my family. I'm sure it's not one any of us will forget, but shouldn't you be spending time with your family as well?
My family? Oh, my nephew and his dinner party! I nearly forgot I was invited, and there's still time. You're a gem of a man, Bob Cratchit, and I deeply regret undervaluing you.
You needn't worry about that, Mr. Scrooge. I always knew there was some good in you.
Thank you. Truly, thank you. And Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. Now hurry up and pour the wine, Bob. My mom needs a fucking drink.
That's about the time that Scrooge came here, shared his ghostly adventures of the night before, drank enough punch to drown a whale, and then walked out on this chair. And then you came and I told you the story of Scrooge's adventures, and I guess that brings us to now.
Which means Scrooge is surely dead.
What? Don't be silly. He's as lively as ever.
You said that the spirit of the things that have yet to be foretold gave him just one night to prove his worth of existence. And if he failed, he would be dragged off to hell at midnight.
I think that's what I said. Honestly, you know better than me.
Well, it's after midnight. Day is up, and here he lies dead on your chair.
Don't be silly. No, he's not. He can't be. No, he's not dead. Say something!
He is definitely dead. Let me check for a heartbeat. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
What is it?
There's a heartbeat. It's there. It's slow and sounds unhealthy, but it's there.
Well, how slow?
Let me see. Thump, 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 thump. Thump, thump.
He is alive! My Uncle Scrooge is alive! Which means he truly has become a better man.
But how? I mean, him? Really? Truly? How the fuck did he do it?
What will be like when he wakes up?
Whatever do you mean?
Well, now that he's changed, it'll be like meeting a whole new uncle. The uncle I never had. Maybe he'll brew some tea and offer me some. Or maybe he'll make breakfast for everyone. Or perhaps I'll come down the stairs and he will be cleaning and organizing.
Fred, I think you're getting a bit carried away. He'll probably just say good morning, which would be a big step for him.
Well, I'm feeling optimistic. Besides, if a spectre as clairvoyant as the ghost of things yet to be foretold can somehow see goodness in him, why shouldn't I?
We will have to workshop a name for that last spirit. But I guess you're right. I have been so caught up in the terrible person he was that I haven't given him much credit for the slightly less terrible person he's become, or will become once he wakes up. We could all learn a lesson from his story.
Yes, a story I intend to retell year after year, so the lessons may be shared with everyone. Let us all take a page from his book, and remember, life is forever fleeting, and we're all going to die.
Oh, thank you for that reminder.
Which is why we must never lose sight of what is truly important to us, to reflect on our past and learn from our mistakes, of which we make many each day.
Having too much to drink was certainly one of them.
Let us never get so old that one forget how to be young and have some childish fun. To greet each day with a smile, not a snarl, for it may bring comfort and joy to others passing by. To consider those less fortunate than ourselves, and give whenever possible. Especially to this community theater on your way out the door. Let us all celebrate each day that we remain practical. Cherish each day that we have together on this earth, and every so often get absolutely shit-faced with the people you love. May the story that my uncle has shared with me, and now that I've shared with you, be shared with others, so future generations may be shared with the joy and merriment. And
wait! Future!
What?
The name of the third or fourth spirit is the ghost of Christmas future.
Brilliant, Benjamin, brilliant!
Then you have the perfect trifecta of past, present, and future.
Well done, Benjamin, well done indeed! You know, I was beginning to worry we weren't going to get that one before the show was done. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, as Tiny Tim observed.
God bless us, everyone.